Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. I am now this guide, your emotional wellness guide, every Monday morning, giving you this 7 minutes of inspiration to grow your life, to raise your life, to by raising your mind. So, 7 minutes of inspiration is kind of content that is given to you to remind you of these little things in life. You take for granted, you know them, but then you take them for granted and you sabotage your happiness in life. So, 7 minutes of inspiration every Monday is given to you to make your week go well. If you miss most of this video, just go and type my name, Mariam 7 minutes of inspiration. All this will be available to you. Enjoy at leisure. So, today um, we are looking at life is always full. Your life is always full. Life is always full because all of us are given 24 hours of your day. Nobody has more than 24 hours, unless when you have more than one employee. Each of your employees supplies with 16 hours of their time, which adds more time on yourself. However, if you're one person, you have 24 hours of your time. So success is not for free, and each one of you knows it. It's always an exchange. You exchange something to get another. You can't have everything in life without exchange. It's impossible. So many of us in life look at what we've become, what we have, and then you start complaining as if you don't know that you spent your 24 hours of your day. So spending time, how you spend your time every day is what makes your life full. There is no day you don't spend time, whether you're active or inactive, because even inactivity is an activity. You wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, have breakfast, go for work, get some idle time on social media. Every minute you're using is part of your life creation. So life is full is to remind you that how you use your time daily is how you manifest your next life forward. How you lived your yesterday adds on you today, adds on your future, adds on your next week. So every day ask yourself, how am I using my 24 hours of the time? How do you use it? Many of us waste a lot of time in leisure. Leisure has its own time. If you want to understand how time is used, time is divided in eight. Okay, this kind of series. This is how I divide my time personally. One, there is time for study. That is 4 hours. 4 hours of my time is study, and that's daily. 8 hours of my time is sleep and rest, undisturbed. Uh, then 6 hours of my time is 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 maybe interaction, maybe check social media, check email, do my work, etc. I do that in 6 hours. Then there's also recreation like yoga, massage, walking, exercising, etc. You must budget also that time. So divide your 24 hours in bits based on how comfortable it is for you to create a routine on how you're going to spend your time in life. So life is always full, reminds you that do not complain if you don't get things you want in life, if you don't want to do any exchange. If you see that you're lacking physical exercises and you're becoming obese, you're paying a price for not working out. If you're sickish and your health is questionable, you're paying the price of not eating well or not taking care of your body. If you see that you have a problem with your career, it's mismatched or it is not coming out the way you want, there is a problem. There is a way you spend time. You see, writers or readers or writers or public speakers, we spend most of our time in study. That is the exchange we make. So if someone sees me out there and making all these books and they're best selling, there is an exchange. Because writing one book, I remind you, it takes 3 years. And in those 3 years, it takes a minimum of reading 100 books just to produce 150 pages of what you're writing about. So there's an exchange. Learn to live your life full by budgeting your time well. 24 hours, divide it in leisure and recreation, divide it in study and personal development, divide it in work, your work life, and divide it in rest. You also need to rest. Those are the 4 ways they divide time. So don't overwork and forget rest. Don't overrest and forget work. Don't over leisure and forget work. It has to be balanced. And that's how you live your life full. So whether you're inactive or you're active, your life is already full. Don't ask yourself the next day why you are not breaking forth or why you're not moving forward, because you didn't spend your time wisely. So be selfish with your time and don't let people abuse your time, you know, especially when it comes to dropping visitors, idolation, conversation, social media information which is not even useful. We spend a lot of time on the phone, TikTok the whole day. That is part of your living your life full. So the question is, how are you living your life? That is your something you have to think through. How do you spend your leisure time? How do you spend your resting time? Don't sleep below 8 hours, 6 hours. Don't sleep in wee hours of the night where people are supposed to be resting, then for you not sleeping. Then it's a mismatch of sorts. So live life responsibly by understanding that every day of your life, you live your life full, whether inactive or active. So the question is, what activities are taking place? It is what will always remind you on how to live your life full. Just to remind you that 7 minutes of inspiration is always giving you this information which you know, which you overlook, which you just to remind you of the things. Thank you so much, and let's meet again next week in our 7 minutes of inspiration. Mariam, I'm a psychologist, a life coach, a relationship coach, an author, very passionate about life and human affairs. Always remind you how life is very important and how you need to live it fully to be happy. Because happiness is an inside job. Live your life full. Take care of your 24 hours of your time. Love you.